No major change in policy in this statement. The $85 billion in bond purchases will continue, but there is some brighter language here with regard to the economy, an improving outlook somewhat. Let me walk you through, again, some of the key changes here. Again, $85 billion in purchases will continue. The Fed also maintains its flexibility here, saying it's prepared to increase or reduce those purchases over time. The committee is prepared to increase or reduce the pace of its purchases to maintain appropriate policy accommodation as the outlook for the labor market or inflation changes. That's the same language we heard last month, the last meeting. Let me talk to you about the economy. The key line here, the committee sees the downside risk to the outlook for the economy and the labor market as having diminished since the fall. The committee also anticipates that inflation over the medium term likely will run at or below its 2% objective. More language on the economy. Economic activity has been expanding at a moderate pace. Labor market conditions have shown further improvement. New language there in recent months. On balance, but the unemployment rate remains elevated. And in terms of inflation, partly reflecting transitory influences, inflation has been running below the committee's longer-run objective, but longer-term inflation expectations have remained stable. There were 2 dissents at this meeting. In addition to Esther George, who has dissented previously, we also have a new dissent from James Bullard of the St. Louis Fed. He says, or at least his vote for dissent here, believe that the committee should signal more strongly its willingness to defend its inflation goal in light of recent low inflation readings. And again, Esther George dissenting, once again concerned that the continued high level of monetary accommodation increased risks of future economic and financial imbalances and over time could cause an increase in long-term inflation expectations. Let me walk you through the projections, the summary of economic projections that the Fed is also releasing at this hour. Again, this is a summary of the 19 Fed policymakers around the table, not just the voters, their views on what's going to happen in the economy over time. What's important here is they have boosted their outlook again, not in 2013, but into 2014. In fact, we see unemployment coming down potentially to 6.5% in 2014. Let me walk you through here, again, some of the major changes they have here. Modest change to economic growth this year. The central tendency is now 2.3 to 2.6%. Prior to this, it was 2.3 to 2.8%. 2014 GDP boosted slightly. 3% to 3.5% is the central tendency. Prior to this, it was 2.9 to 3.4%, so a modest increase there. 2015 looks similar. Unemployment, this is probably the biggest news in terms of the forecast. They see this picture brightening. 2013, 7.2 to 7.3%, the unemployment rate, central tendency. Prior to that, it was 7.3 to 7.5, so modestly coming down. 2014, Fed policymakers now see a central tendency of 6.5%, again, critical in terms of their target for tightening to 6.8%. Prior to this, it was 6.7 to 7%. Inflation, again, less of a risk to them, 1.2 to 1.3% for the core PCE for this year. 2014, 1.5 to 1.8%. And in terms of tightening, again, when will they start raising rates? 14 Fed policymakers say it will happen in 2015. One says 2016. The pace of the tightening, when will the Fed funds rate, where will it be at the end of 2014? You've got 15 who still think it'll be at 0 at the end of 2014. By the end of 2015, things are moving higher. 3 think it'll be at 3%. 10 think it'll be between 2% and 1%. So again, big news here. Again, economic outlook brightening somewhat, and the Fed reflecting that somewhat in its projections and its outlook going forward.